Great. So again, put in any questions that you have in the Q&A box so we can answer them at the end. We'll be walking through a few different points here. First, why data matters. Second, current challenges with data. 3, how you can leverage Flowlytics. And then 4, again, as I mentioned, that Q&A. So 1, why data matters. And why is data important to business? I think a lot of small businesses especially don't understand the importance and the leverage that they can use data for, how they can understand their customers, increase that retention, track engagement, and improve processes. But Brendan, I know that you have a lot of experience with data in Flowcode and elsewhere just in your professional career. To you, why is data important to business? Like, why should people be using it and interested in it?
Yeah, I think data is important for a variety of reasons. It's they call data the new oil, the new oil. I think data helps you first understand performance. So it helps you measure how your efforts across anything you're doing in your business is performing. So if you're spending money or trying to attract new users and you want to understand the efficacy of your campaigns, capturing and measuring data is important for first understanding how you're doing on a day-to-day basis. And then it can help you make informed decision-making to optimize those campaigns downstream. So first is just understanding how you're doing. And then second is looking forward to the future. Data can help inform decision-making moving forward.
Yeah, and this doesn't have to be on a large scale. You don't have to be running international campaigns, national campaigns. It can be on a smaller scale as well, just in your store or even just using your products or services. It doesn't have to be, again, for larger businesses. It can be for anyone using it for a variety of reasons. And 2, the current challenges with data. I know that you've discussed this with our company as well, just trying to address these, but some current challenges are it's just difficult and expensive to collect. It requires a lot of resources. Aggregating it and processing it is complex. Brendan, I know that you have some experiences with processing it and analyzing data.
Yes. I think, the process around capturing and analyzing data is extremely important for, like, as you mentioned, small businesses and large. I think for small businesses, a lot of their ability to scale comes down to whether or not they can understand their business on a day-to-day basis, and data helps power a lot of that information and decision making. And as you have here in the slide, it can be really challenging to first capture that data. There's a lot of good tools out there that help you through different pieces of your business capture data, so that point of sale systems or different databases that are measuring transactions, or if you are measuring your website, if you have Google Analytics, there's different solutions, but capturing is tough. And then I think it can be costly to analyze the data as well, but it's extremely important. And I think if people like businesses that get those processes set up are much better suited for success in the future.
Yeah, and you talk about capturing that data. I know a lot with technology nowadays, it does offer you opportunities to capture it online, but right now people are really trying to focus on how you can capture it in real life and what customer actions are in person. But previously, you weren't able to do that. There's not a lot that you can aggregate from someone's actions in real life. And I think that's something that we aim to address with Flowcode.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point, and I think that's why Flowcode is I think making a big difference in the measurement space. Is a lot of the data capture in the real world it's really difficult to do, and to your point, it's no one's understanding these real world transactions that are happening of how people are interacting with your brand. So
yeah, and I think that's a really important piece to capture. It's really what you want data for, is understanding your customer and trying to engage them to the maximum capacity, really, because you want them to buy your products. You want them to be following your brand and promoting it, and just really being an advocate for it. So trying to understand and analyze what their intentions are and what they're interested in is really something that's entirely missed or is not hard to track nowadays. So going into leveraging Flowlytics. So Brendan is really one of the masterminds behind this and has helped build it out over the last few months as the product manager. But really, Flowlytics aims to equip businesses of all sizes with first party and real-time data, so you can access this right in your dashboard itself, and it comes in at real time, so you can see it, the scans, those clicks, those page views, increasing up to the last, what is it, second or minute, Brendan? Very accurate.
Real time. It's up to
Yeah,
the
real
second.
time.
It's,
There
it's
you
I'm
go.
near instantaneous.
There you go. So all of this is accessible to all plans. The data that you're given obviously varies depending on your plan, but you're able to see at least the scans that you've had in the last 90 days and per date. And we are GDPR and CCPA compliant. GDPR relates back to the EU, and then CCPA is the California Privacy Act. So really trying to be as privacy compliant as possible, letting people know that their personally identifiable information isn't being taken without their consent or knowledge. And then we have top of the line security. I think, Brendan, you can talk a little bit more about this, but just making sure that all of our data is secure.
Yes. So on the security piece, we do our, yes, as you mentioned, we are GDPR and CCPA compliant. And I think our privacy policy, which is on every single flow code, encapsulates exactly what we're capturing and how we're capturing it. But we are absolutely adhering by and making sure that our personal data is being stored appropriately. But yeah, the flow code suite. So I think we mentioned earlier, data is extremely important to measure and understand performance day to day across your entire business. It can be really tough to capture the data. It can be tough to analyze it. It can be tough to cleanse it and make sure it's accurate. So Flowlytics, what it's doing is it's giving you a solution to manage your offline marketing day to day from an analytic perspective. So instead of having to manually get your flow code or your QR code scans and understand how many people are trying to scan their menu at your business, or scan one of your posters on your window or one of your TV advertisements, we are collecting all of the data, we are aggregating it, and then providing advanced analytics and understanding exactly where people are scanning, and then how they're performing afterwards. So are they converting? Are they becoming fans of your brand? Are they re-engaging? These are questions that Flowcode's helping you answer. Yeah, it's an all-encompassing suite to manage your business on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, that's a little bit about it.
Yeah, that's a great overview, Brendan. And I think going into it, it's about creating different codes to put on different assets so that you can say, all right, here's the name of the code, or if you tag them. I know we just released top performing tags too. So you're able to see, all right, what campaigns are performing the best, what materials and marketing channels are getting the most engagement and interaction, and where should I allocate that money? So you can really measure your ROI, which is so important, especially with print materials that previously didn't get that data back. You can't say, all right, someone saw this billboard and then dialed the phone number or typed in the URL. People want that ease of use as well, so that they can easily scan and then immediately call that number. They don't necessarily want to have to type in that URL and get all those letters correct. So it really allows you to understand more psychology of the customer, and say, all right, they want something that's seamless and easy, and this is what calls to action are making them engage more, or this is the channel that's prompting that interaction. They like following my Instagrams or checking out my product pages so that they can check out some of my services, etc. So with Flowcode and Flow Page, you're really able to see the whole picture of that customer journey, because you can see, first of all, that they're scanning where they're coming in from, and then what they're choosing to click on, what they're choosing to watch, so that you can get a more holistic picture. And you're not just saying, all right, maybe they came in through this avenue. You can really understand more about what they want and then cater your offerings to that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think like an interesting example of like a case study is like a local clothing retailer who was using Flowcode, was trying to obtain get leads to reach out to like emails, to then target for a holiday marketing campaign. And so what they were able to do using Flowcode was print out Flowcode that led to a 25% off discount card. And if you entered your email address. And so what they're able to do is increase the efficacy of their campaigns and their email capture by over 50% by testing different copy on the print. So when they were sending out different mail pieces, they were able to test the copy and move the code to increase their conversion on email capture by over 50%. So that was all using the Flowlytics suite, and something that is an interesting example of our customers testing and experimenting to drive business value.
Yeah, and I think the point of testing is really crucial here, because you're able to, again, see what tests are performing the best and then improve your processes and really create an experience that your customers are interested in and really enjoy, rather than it just being a mundane everyday experience. You're able to make your brand stand out that way too, and really just really capture that interaction, because as we like to say, people are intentionally scanning flow codes. You don't accidentally scan one. So they want to see what's on the other side of the code. They want to engage with your brand. And Brendan did say, in directing fans to your brand is really our motto, and trying to create that community and that champion customer is really important. And that's your goal at the end of the day as a business, as a company. And then lastly, Flowlytics API. I know this is a new release, Brendan, so I want to pass it over to you just to talk a little bit more about and how businesses can utilize it by themselves.
Yes. So the API is a technical solution for developers. So for developer-minded businesses, it's something that we're releasing largely in the next couple months, early 2023. And what it allows you to do is access and extract all of the raw data that you would get through the analytics platform directly into your source of truth. So the API, using like credentials, you are able to access all of your scan data, your link click, your page view data, also some summaries, and you're able to set up pipelines that can then refresh that data on an automated basis. So this is good for businesses who are managing a few different data sources and want to have everything in one place. So if you're managing a couple of different marketing analytics softwares, you might want to aggregate all the data in your warehouse. The API is a good solution for people that are trying to put it all in place.
And that's great to address the problem of aggregating all that data, because it seamlessly does that for you. It's an automated process, right, Brendan?
Yep, and it's all in real time as well. So you can make real time decision making based on live event that's coming through the API. So it's a very powerful solution, and one that we're continuing to update in the future with as we continue to build out new analytics functionality. So as we can detect events or push notifications, we're going to send that through the API as well. So it's a way to basically stay plugged in without having to access the platform.
Great. Very exciting stuff. And on the screen, you can see the geolocation, which is being released within the coming month or so, correct?
Yes, should be just in time for Christmas.
Very exciting. So essentially it allows you to get more exact geolocation data. Is that correct on people who are scanning?
Yeah, so it's a real-time way to visualize where your scanners are scanning from. And that's it can be up to extremely accurate if you are enabling our opt-in location on your scans. So you're able to see in real time exactly where your scanners are scanning down to, within a mile, which is
Yeah.
really awesome.
And again, this is privacy compliant. So it asks users if they want to opt in, they can choose yes or no to provide their more exact location. But really great insights onto campaigns if you're running them throughout a city, throughout a state, so you can understand where that engagement is most coming from. And I think it's a really exciting advancement. We just released a new map, as you can see, or we are releasing it, so that you can scale down. You can see it as the whole country level, but then you can also see it down to a neighborhood level, which is really cool.
Yep, super exciting new feature. We're looking forward to putting out in the next couple of weeks.
And this is available with our Proflex and Enterprise plans. And now for the Q&A. So you've heard us talk a lot about data, its challenges, and how we hope to address them with Flowcode. If you have any questions, put them in the Q&A box. But thank you for joining us. We'll give it another minute or two to let those questions come in. But yeah, Brendan, do you have any more points to add on data or how you think Flowcode is changing the game in terms of data?
I think Flowcode is helping solve a very interesting problem in the world today. I think there's brands and businesses are going to continually try to find different ways to reach out and connect with people. And the better that they can measure and do that and optimize for that, the better that they can essentially create a better experience for whoever their customers are. So I think it's just it's exciting. I think if you're thinking about where you want to make a difference with with new advertising or new marketing campaigns, I think the offline world is a really interesting space, and Flowcode can help you optimize that.
Yeah, love that. We don't seem to have any Q&A questions. Feel free to still pop them in, but wanted to flash this up as a thank you. So you can scan this code, which will bring you to a Flow page for a chance to receive a $25 Starbucks gift card for attending as a thank you. You can also enjoy a 1-month free trial of Flowcode Pro with the code Flowcodes 13 days. This will allow you, access to more advanced analytics so you can see your top performing codes and a more detailed look at your traffic, device type, day of the week, hour of the day. You can also join our Facebook Flowcode community so you can connect and collaborate with other Flowcode users. And then lastly, you can submit a creator spotlight form for a chance to be featured on our newsletter and blog. We're always looking for ways to showcase you how you're using Flowcode and enjoying it. So it's a chance to spread the word about your business and get in touch with our other community creators. But I wanted to say thank you to Brendan and to everyone who came out today. We really appreciate having you on the platform and coming to events like these. We just want to make it as informative and educational for you as possible so that you can use Flowcode in the best ways possible. But again, thank you, Brendan, for co-hosting. You are a Flowlytics wizard.
Yes, thanks everyone for joining. And I just applied for that gift card.
I think I should apply for it too.
Yeah, I just signed up. I hope I can win that.
All right. I will be following up with the recording if you want to share it with anyone, as well as following up with the winner of that. So maybe you'll be lucky, Brendan. Who knows?
Thanks, Corinne.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye.